Look at this. It's a Texan Bar. In the 80s, it cost pennies. Today, you can't buy it for love nor money. And if you find an old wrapper on eBay, it might cost you more than your weekly shop. Britain has lost some incredible sweets over the years. Flavors that defined our childhoods, ripped away without warning. Today, we're counting down 15 discontinued sweets that should be illegal to remove. Let's see how many you remember. Number 15, the Texan Bar. Sure is a mighty chew. That was the slogan, and they weren't lying. This nougat and toffee bar covered in chocolate was a jawbreaker. It took about 20 minutes to eat, which, for a kid with limited pocket money, was excellent value. It disappeared in the 80s, came back briefly in 2005, and then vanished again. A tragedy. Number 14, Spangles, the sweet that defined the 70s. They were just square fruit-flavored boiled sweets, but they were iconic, especially the Old English flavor, which tasted vaguely like cough medicine, but everyone bought anyway. They had a distinctive dimple in the middle and came in that silver foil packet. When they stopped making them in 1984, a part of British childhood died with them. Number 13, Banjo, specifically the coconut version in the red wrapper. It was 2 fingers of wafer and coconut cream covered in chocolate. It was basically a Kit Kat mixed with a Bounty, and it was delicious. There was also a roast nut version in blue. But the red one? That was the Tier 1 snack. Why Mars discontinued it, we will never know. Number 12, Cadbury's Aztec. Before the Lion Bar, there was the Aztec. Nougat, caramel, peanuts, chocolate. It was marketed as a Mayan feast in a wrapper. It launched in 1967 with a massive budget, but didn't survive the 70s. If you remember this one, you have a seriously good memory for chocolate. Number 11, the Secret Bar. Nestlé's Secret was weird. It looked like a bird's nest made of spun chocolate with a creamy mousse center. It was fragile, messy, and absolutely beautiful. It came in a gold wrapper with 1940s-style branding. It felt luxurious, but apparently it was too expensive to make, and it disappeared in the 90s. Number 10, Terry's Pyramint. It was exactly what it sounded like. A dark chocolate pyramid filled with mint fondant. It was designed to compete with After Eights, but for greedy individuals who didn't want to share. It was messy to eat. The mint went everywhere. But that was part of the fun. Number 9, Cadbury's Fuse. This wasn't that long ago, but it still hurts. The Fuse bar was a chaotic mix of fudge, peanuts, raisins, and cereal, all suspended in Cadbury chocolate. It was dense. It was heavy. It sold 40 million bars in its first week in 1996. And then, gone in 2006. Why, Cadbury? Why? Number 8, Cadbury's Dream. White chocolate has never been the same. The Dream Bar was smoother, creamier, and just better than Milky Bar. It was a huge hit in the early 2000s. You can still buy it in Australia, which is just rubbing salt in the wound. Bring it back to Britain. Number 7, Cadbury's Marble. Another Australian hostage. Marble was a blend of dairy milk, white chocolate, and praline, all swirled together to look like, well, marble. It was sophisticated. It tasted expensive. And then it was quietly removed from shelves, leaving a praline-shaped hole in our hearts. Number 6, Taz Bars. Before Freddos cost a mortgage payment, there was the Taz Bar. It was essentially a caramel Freddo, but with the Looney Tunes Tasmanian Devil on the front. It cost 10 pence. 10 pence. Eventually, they just rebranded it as Caramel Freddo. But we know the truth. It's not the same without the spinning devil. Number 5, Polo Gummies. The mint with the hole decided to make fruit gums. And they were incredible. Squishy, fruity, and yes, they had a hole in the middle. They were the perfect cinema snack because they didn't crunch. They disappeared in the late 90s, and fruit gums have been boring ever since. Number 4, Campino. Those red and white swirled sweets that tasted like strawberries and cream. They were smooth, creamy, and addictive. You'd usually find them at your nan's house or in a newsagent's pick and mix. You can still find them abroad, but they've vanished from the UK high street. Number 3, Toffo, a tube of assorted toffees. There was plain, chocolate, banana, and strawberry. The banana flavor was chemically artificial and absolutely perfect. Getting the last toffee out of the paper wrapper at the bottom of the tube was a specific childhood struggle we all remember. Number 2, Pacers, Originally called Opal Mints, these were rebranded as Pacers in the 80s. They were chewy, minty stripes of white and green. They were basically a chewy version of a Murray mint, and they were related to opal fruits before they became Starburst. If you liked mints that got stuck in your teeth for 3 hours, these were for you. Number 1, Treets, before minstrels. Before M&Ms, we had Treets. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. Peanut Treats were the original and the best. They were eventually rebranded and absorbed into the M&M empire. But purists know, an M&M is not a treat. That list made me hungry and angry at the same time. Which of these do you miss the most? Or is there a legendary sweet we forgot? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to see more of the Britain we used to know, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next video.